And I go across to our National Affairs Editor, Javed Ansari, who is joining us. Sir, in fact, Manmohan Singh making it very, very clear that he's not going to continue for the third term. And of course, batting for Rahul Gandhi, saying that he is the ideal candidate. So definitely the time has come now for Rahul Gandhi to take a more vociferous approach. We understand he has been fairly outspoken in the recent past, be it a Lokpal, Adarsh or 377. But the question is, can he rise to the occasion?
Well, that's the big question, because so far he's been, he's shown a tendency to shirk responsibility. He hasn't been coming forward. His name has been bandied about in Congress circles for a very long time. Now, I believe after the Prime Minister has ruled himself out as a Prime Ministerial candidate for the next elections, the stage is set for Rahul Gandhi. As far as his party is concerned, my colleague, Mr. Karthikeyan Sharma, has just been telling us that the stage is being prepared and his name will be announced perhaps even before January 17th. That's the day when the plenary session of the Congress party is to take place, perhaps on the 15th. This is what Karthikeyan Sharma tells us. So all indications are that now Rahul Gandhi's name will be formally announced as the Congress party's Prime Ministerial candidate. This is a departure from normal practice as far as the Congress party is concerned, because barring the 2009 elections, they've never gone into an election by announcing a Prime Ministerial candidate. So this will be a departure from normal.
Absolutely. So let's just bring in Karthikeyan Sharma, our political editor, who's in fact joining us right now. Karthikeyan, what do you feel? Rahul Gandhi definitely needs to take a more vociferous approach to this. Definitely needs to be more proactive in terms of taking control, and not just at the party level, but actually thinking big now.
You see, there are two things to it where Rahul Gandhi actually failed. There was a policy intervention by Rahul Gandhi, but it was not seen. In politics, and Javed would agree, it's not only about what you do. You have to be seen and heard doing things. Rahul Gandhi was criticized that he was missing in action whenever important things would take place. A Delhi gang rape protest took place in Delhi. He was in Jim Corbett. He had to be called back by Congress president. Then he met the protesters. Now, what is happening for past 45 days? Rahul Gandhi speaks on Lokpal. He meets journalists in batches. He is holding press conferences, giving out statement on 377, Lokpal, corruption, Adarsh, Chief Minister's Conference. These are all the issues which Sonia Gandhi handled, and she was seen doing it. Now, Rahul Gandhi is seen doing all these things, so I would say it's all natural. Yes, one can say this build-up has come little late in the day. People feel that it's all because of the knee-jerk reaction or all because of the way our party swept the poll in Delhi. But the fact of the matter is, the stage is being set, as Javed was saying, and I would say it's a matter of announcement now, because it is one thing to say that whether he'll have his Manmohan Singh or not, but I don't think that he has this privilege now to have his own Manmohan Singh, because sort of route he has taken, Sanjana. He tore up the ordinance. He has spoken on issues in a way where people will not believe that there'll be a balance of power. So ultimately the message is that he is going to be the face. He will be the power and authority within the Congress party, and he will be the equity under whom the elections will be fought.
Absolutely, Karthikeyan, but Javed, let me cut across to you, sir. Back in 2006, I remember that journalists in fact sought a clarification from the Prime Minister as to where the power actually lies, whether it's in the Prime Minister's office or the Congress President's office. So clearly over here, I mean, we see that Rahul Gandhi definitely needs to step up his game and but we understand that it will definitely be Sonia who is in fact doing the cleaning up job still.
Look, as far as the Congress party is concerned, the future is with Rahul Gandhi. They've decided that for better or for worse, it will be Rahul Gandhi who will lead them forward into the future, into the immediate future at least. As far as Mrs. Sonia Gandhi is concerned, there is no doubt that she's the one with the highest credibility levels. She's the glue that holds the Congress party together. Rahul still has to rise to the occasion and fulfill that mantle. So far, he has not. So the power, as far as the question of dual power centers is concerned, clearly in UPA 2, the command and control structure was fraying at the edges. They both were trying very hard to keep it in control, but the contradictions were coming into play. And perhaps now the Congress party has realized that this dual center of power business doesn't work. You need to go, the Prime Minister and the Congress President ought to be the same as far as the Congress party is concerned. And that's why Rahul Gandhi, for other reasons as well, but they've chosen to put in their lot with Rahul Gandhi. If at all the people, the people of India still have to vote, and if at all the people of India vote him in power, then it will be the same person who will be in charge of the Congress, who will also be the Prime Minister.